All right, what's going on, everybody? It's performance test day, and we're gonna be testing out this all-wheel drive monster that we have created. So what are you looking at here? Well, this was once my 2018 Radrover, and I have heavily modified it in every way, shape, and form to make it an absolute juggernaut of a beast of a bike. All-wheel drive. We've got motors on the front, motors on the back, double batteries, double controllers, and double screens, double throttles, and it's really just become a crazy powerful bike. And we're going to go through today and we're going to test all the things we want to know as far as acceleration, 0 to 20, maybe even 0 to 30, the top speed, the hill climb power, all that stuff. We're going to put all that in this video so you can have access to it and see what it's like to create your own all-wheel drive e-bike and what kind of performance you get out of it. I did a video recently which kind of explained how I did this, so check that out if you want to see all the details of what's running where. But to summarize it for you, we've got a 1200 watt motor, direct drive motor on the front, and we've got a 1700 watt is what's pushing out in the back end of this, double batteries, and I'm running 2 throttles. I did not link the throttle, so it's only all-wheel drive when I do both throttles at the same time, so important to note that. And I've done a little bit of testing. It's very fast, but it was wet out when I did it, so my wheels were just spinning everywhere. But today is like, it's February, but it's 72 degrees in North Carolina, so perfect day to do this testing. So we're gonna go out and do all of that, and let me actually show you what we're gonna be wearing when we do this, because I don't know how fast this bike is gonna go. A lot of you were interested in the top speed. I didn't really build it for the top speed. I built it for acceleration and for hill climb power, so that's what I was most interested in. But it was going 35 miles an hour before I put the front motor on, so I don't know, it could go 40. I don't know. I don't even know what to expect. So we're gonna get geared up to do this test, and let me show you what I'm gonna wear. All right, so I have all my stuff laid out here so you can see what we're gonna be wearing. My built motorcycle boots, my armored motorcycle pants, my M1 Moto Gloves, Sedona 508s, and then I got this helmet recently that I like better than my bike helmet. This, I know, it's a ski helmet, but this thing feels so much more substantial than just a regular bike helmet. I really like that helmet a lot. It comes with the goggles and face shield too if you want to add that on. And of course my armor vest here, my mesh armor vest that's got shoulder pads and arm and elbow and full spine and chest pads. So we're going to be pretty much geared up as if I was going to go ride a motorcycle today. And this is the bike helmet I've got, which I just don't feel as, I don't know, it doesn't feel as substantial as this helmet does. I like this one. It looks a lot better on my head too. I got a weird shaped head, I guess, maybe, I don't know, but that's what we're going to gear up in when we go do the testing on this thing. So first thing I'm going to do actually is just check all the connections, make sure all the torque arms and everything are very, very tight on the front end here. Check the tire pressures, all that stuff to kind of make sure it's ready to go. I never gave you guys like close-ups of everything, but I have double torque arms on this to hold the front wheel in the dropouts there. So torque arm on each side, and make sure that that's nice and secure. And we're gonna get out on this thing and see what she's got. So, all right, so I'm excited. Let's get geared up. All right, let's get to it. Okay, we're at our hill climb spot. I'm going to do this 3 different ways, actually. I'm going to do front wheel only, rear wheel only, and then both wheels, so you can get a feel for the power of all of these motors. The front wheel definitely does not feel as strong as the back, but let's do that first. You got to be in pedal assist 5 to get the most power of the throttle on this e-bike link kit, so let's go up this hill throttle only on the front wheel drive only. See what we do. Miles an hour, 10 miles an hour. Yeah, see, I mean, this front wheel, even though it says it's 1200 watts, I mean, it doesn't really have a crazy amount of power. I mean, it's trying to drag this. I mean, this is a 98-pound bike, so it's trying to drag it up the hill, and it's not that crazy powerful. When you add it in with the rear motor, that's when you really get the power. So we'll go down here and we'll do the rear wheel only. You'll see the difference. All right, so now we'll do just the back wheel. A lot more power on this one, so I expect it to be faster. Let's see what she's got. Yeah, the back motor is just so much stronger. Cruising up 17 miles an hour. All right, let's see the power difference now with both throttles. We're gonna go all-wheel drive, so this will be the hill climb power difference. Ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go. Gotta ease into it, let the tires catch. Now we'll crank it. With them helping each other, it's just so much faster. Just flew up the hill effortlessly. Crazy. All right, so we got a nice long straight stretch here in front of me. Let's see if we can get a nice 0 to 20 on this bike. We're gonna hit both throttles. So 3, 2, 1, go. Well, that didn't take long at all, now did it? The front wheel even had trouble hooking up. It was spinning on me. Let's try it again here. So I'll baby the front throttle a little bit just to get the tire to hook. 3, 2, 1, go. Still so hard. Still spun. I mean, it's so fast, 0 to 20. That's insane. I'll, of course, the way I time that is I'll go in my editing software and I'll just go frame by frame from when you start moving to when the screens hit 20. That's how I get the 0 to 20 time. So it's as exact as I can be. Maybe we should try to do 0 to 30. Let's try that next. So 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, 0 to 30. So for the top speed, I'm gonna have to go find a really nice long straight stretch. Wait for all the traffic to clear, jump out, hit it really quick, and then be done with it, because I don't really foresee myself doing top end on this bike all that much. All right, let's light it up here and see what kind of speed we can get out of this bike. I'm gonna go until it feels unsafe. So let's give it a shot. That's it, that's all she's got. About 35. Well, there you go. Some of you might be disappointed. I'm not. 35 is plenty fast on a bicycle. So does doing all-wheel drive give you a crazy fast top end speed? No, it doesn't. But you can get 35 plus out of the bike and you get there in a hurry. I mean, it's nothing to go 0 to 35 on this bike. So it's got what I want. It's got the just brute force acceleration power and hill climb power. That's what I wanted. If I want to go faster than that, I can just jump on my motorcycle. And I probably won't ride this bike all the time with this much gear on, because I gotta tell you, people are giving me some looks. I'm gonna stay on the outside of town because I'm gonna really draw attention if I go downtown. I really just wanted to wear all this stuff for the top end speed. I didn't know if I was gonna go 40 plus miles an hour or not. So now I can go home and take some of this stuff off. And again, I am no expert, so do not take anything I say as advice or recommendation. I am building this bike and doing this stuff purely as an experiment, and it's done by someone with no knowledge of electronics and electricity and wire gauges and volts and currents and amps, and I know the basic stuff, that's it, and I'm just really just experimenting. So if you do decide to build your own, I did list all of the parts I used on my website, ridewithcitizen.com. You can see my complete parts list, and all the accessories on this bike as well are listed there. But like I said, I don't recommend anyone does this. Okay, because I want to be as accurate as I can, and I know someone will ask, we are going to verify speedometers right now. So front wheel speedo, rear wheel speedo, and my GPS speedo. So let's just pedal easily and see if they are close to matching at all. All right. We'll just coast right here. All right, so 11, 10, 11, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 13. All right, we're all over the board here. So you can hold a constant speed. 13, 14-ish, 12. They are all very close. They're all within like a mile an hour of each other. They take, it takes a second for them to catch up as speeds change here, but so there you go. The speedometers here are pretty accurate. I mean, with the GPS, they're all within scientific tolerance for me. So all the speeds I was recording, 0 to 20s and top speeds, I mean, I'm gonna say they're accurate. They match up with the GPS speedometer. So there you go. That's as scientific as Citizen gets. I hope you can just go along with the ride with me here. But yeah, they're all pretty close. So I actually just stopped and talked to a couple e-bikers. One guy was on a juiced Rip Current, and the other guy was on a Radrover 5 with the bolt-in controller upgrade. So kudos to him for customizing the bike and giving it a little bit more juice. But I would have recorded it, and I offered to drag race them on the all-wheel drive here, but they didn't really take me up on that. We kind of did it off camera. Once you tell people you want to record, they get kind of camera shy. No one likes to be on camera, so that's why there's not many other people in my videos, because once you say, hey, can I record you, they don't really go for that. No one likes to be on camera apparently. So kind of crazy. I mean, for as much as I'm out riding e-bikes, I like rarely ever get to talk to other e-bikers. No one comes and talks to me for whatever reason. I don't know, but that was nice to see all these guys out on bikes, and they're telling me stories about how they love it, and it takes them so much further than they would normally ride, and before they know it, they're on the other side of town. It helps them learn about the town. You can get as much exercise as you want. It's held their interest now for a couple years, and for $1,500 it's great to get out of the house. So just all positive stuff, which is amazing. I really wish I could have recorded it all for you, but that's what these bikes do, and that's why I do this channel, because I want people to get out on these. It's completely different than riding a bicycle. I hate riding bikes, but I love riding these because it's just so much more fun. So it gets you out of the house, it gets you to explore your town, and it's so much fun doing it. So go do it. Go get a bike. I don't care what it is. I'm not sponsored or paid or commissioned by any brand at all. I'm an independent, so I don't care what bike you get, but get out on one and try one, because you're gonna love it. So I came over here so we can try some off-road hills. Here's a little dip right here. Let's all-wheel drive it. Ooh, we spun all the way up that. See, there's all kinds of hills over here. There's so many people here today, though. Oh boy, it's gushy. It is gushy. This bike is gonna be a mess. Oh man, we are plowing through. It's so wet. I mean, look at that mud hole. Can you guys see that? I don't want to get this thing that muddy. I already got it muddy. I rode through what I thought was grass earlier, and it was just a giant soupy mess, and that's how it is here. That is a bummer, because I want to go up that really steep grass hill right there and test this out. All right, well, you might be saying, okay, I see it's a bunch of mud, but that's what you built the bike for, right? Have traction in the mud, all-wheel drive, right? Power right through that mud. Well, not really. I mean, you can't on this bike. The motor's kicking so hard that you end up just spinning out. If you could ease into them somehow, it would probably be good as a, four-wheel drive off-road vehicle. It's just, I've got them tuned right now where you hit these throttles and it's just like, see, the tires spin out. It's so much power. Keeping traction in mud is like impossible. And plus I've got the tires inflated crazy high because I was just doing speed tests. So they're pumped up to like the max of where they should be. So that's not good for soft ground. Look at all the people here, holy cow. Does this come through on camera? I don't know the best way to show you guys this hill. This is like the steepest hill I can think of anywhere. It's almost like an earth dam here blocking the lake on the other side, and it's, I mean, from the ground up to the top, it's got to be 50 feet, like almost straight up. It's just a huge incline. I think we got a clear window after these folks leave. We'll try to go at this hill. I'm gonna try to just do throttles. I don't know, I might lose. I might spin out, we'll see. I don't know how muddy this is gonna be. Probably very. It's crazy muddy. Wow. Okay, so I put very little effort into that at all. We just muscled up that hill, spinning both tires. You can't do that on a regular e-bike. Look at this thing. Look at the muddy mess I created on this thing. I'm gonna have to wash it again when I get home. So this is what the this mound of earth is what blocking this huge lake. But look at that muddy mess. So I feel confident in saying that no other e-bike I own would have made it up that hill with as soupy and squishy as it is. The all-wheel drive bike did it. All the other bikes, they would have just spun out. You would have totally lost traction, and that would have been the end of it. This thing just, you know, chugged its way to the top, both wheels churning. I put a little bit into the pedals just to give it a little help, and right up. So mission accomplished on hill climb power. This thing is crazy with that. So there you go. There's some off-road hill climbs. I don't know of a whole lot of like off-road uphill areas here. I'm gonna have to investigate that now that I've got an all-wheel drive bike, and see just how it does on, like, you know, dirt and gravel and all that kind of stuff. There's not a whole lot around me. I live in a city basically. So what else you want to know about this bike other than it's just got tons of power and it's crazy fast? I mean, look at the acceleration. That's how fast you get to 30 miles an hour. Detour. So as I've been riding around, I noticed that sometimes I want to use the rear throttle, and sometimes I want to use the front. Seems like there's, as you ride, different applications for each. And I like being able to just pick one or the other, or pick both and get the crazy acceleration. So I won't link the throttles. I have no interest in linking my throttles. I know a lot of you want me to do that. I'm not gonna do it. I like it the way it is, being able to push whichever one I want or both at the same time. You know. All right, so I decided to stop in this empty parking lot to just kind of sum it up for you here at the end of the day. All-wheel drive's been fantastic. This was a good idea. This bike is tons and tons of fun. I mean, you can see how muddy I got this beast today. I'm gonna have to go home and clean it thoroughly. That hill was just soupy, sloppy mess, and this thing climbed it no problem. So what you need to know is you're gonna get great hill climb ability out of it. You're gonna get dramatic acceleration out of it. Crazy fast acceleration. The top end speed, you're not going to gain much at all, if any. I don't really care about that. I don't need to go 50 miles an hour on a bicycle. I got motorcycles for that. So yeah, if you want acceleration and you want the hill climb power, it's just so much power. You can go up any hill, no problem. Just, I mean, it makes me want to just use the throttles riding it around. Normally I pedal a lot, but having this power at your fingertips, you just kind of want to use the throttles. But is there anything I would do differently on the bike? Gosh, I don't know that there's anything I would really change on this bike. I like the way it's set up right now. I think the hindsight, the only thing I would do differently if I was going to build an all-wheel drive bicycle like this, I would start with a different bike, because there's really one thing that this bike is missing that I kind of wish it had, which is a rear suspension, and that's something I can't really add in after the fact. So if I was going to take what I know now and build an all-wheel drive bicycle, I would probably start with an e-bike that has a rear suspension. and has full suspension on the bike. I think that would be the best starting platform. But this is a lot of fun. The way it sits, it's not a huge problem. It doesn't have the rear suspension. It would just be nice to have it. Just nice to have it. So that's the only thing I would change, I think. This thing is a total beast. If you want to know, like I said, all the stuff I did to it and all the parts I used, again, ridewithcitizen.com. I put all the parts list on there so you know everything I used. And I would be really curious, actually, if I could get my hands on an all-wheel drive bike that's, from the manufacturer like that, I would love to kind of put this up against it and just compare and see, do those have such crazy dramatic acceleration like this does? Are they as fast? So if you're an e-bike company, you make an all-wheel drive bike, send it to me, and I will match it up against my Frankenstein bike here, my Citizen Cycle bike, and see how they shake out. So I hope you enjoyed and you got some useful info out of this. And I think that's all for today. So I'm going to go out and ride this some more and enjoy it and not have to worry about all this filming. So thank you so much for watching, and I'm sure there'll be many more videos to come on this all-wheel drive bike. So hit the subscribe if you want to see those, and I will talk to y'all later. Thanks.